to go over a few things on some of your work this week and just do a few problems with you. So before you do your assignment, you might want to watch the video and have some scratch paper handy so that you can work some of these out with me. So when you're working your equations, now remember, an equation is just a number sentence, and since we are working with subtraction, we know in our equations we're going to have a subtraction sign. Right? Now what I would like for you to pay attention to is clue words that let you know that this is a subtraction problem. So for example, on number 1, she's shopping and she's spent. If I go shopping and I spend some money, then that means I'm getting rid of. I'm going to have less. Another clue word I see here, it says, how much money does Shirley have left? Left is another clue word to let us know that we're doing subtraction. So you'll simply just set these two up. As a subtraction problem and then work it out. You have all this space here to stack and subtract. And your answer, of course, is going to be money because you are working with a dollar amount. Look at number 2. Let's see if we see a clue word. Nicole needed to dig 75 holes on her ranch. She has already dug 48. How many holes does she have left? There's that left clue word again to let us know we're subtracting. So you're simply just going to set up, make sure your largest number goes first, your subtraction equation. And then again, you have the space to work it out. This is holes. How many holes? So our label word, of course, will be holes. Okay, number 3. Number 3, we're baking some cookies. How many cookies does she still need to bake? So they didn't put have left, but we simply could add that. How many cookies does Cole have left to bake? And it would still make sense. So this is another subtraction problem. Look at number 4. Okay, this is a subtraction problem where I know we're going to have to go across some zeros. So we may work this one together. Samson has 300-mile drive to his grandmother's. On Friday, he drove 86 miles, and on Saturday, he drove 145 miles. How many more? Now that is something we're struggling with in 3rd grade. We see the word more, and somewhere along the way, we've been told that that's an addition problem, but it's not. When you see how many more, how much greater, how much less, how much fewer, those are comparing words. We're comparing numbers. And when you compare numbers, you find the difference between them. Just like if I was comparing apples to oranges, I would look for how they are different. Well, the same thing applies in math. When you're comparing things with numbers, you're looking for a difference between them. So we've got 3 numbers in this problem. He's driving on 2 different days. This is our total. So there's 2 ways that we could actually work this problem. One is to take our total, 300, and get rid of his Friday miles, which was 86, and then get rid of his Saturday miles, which was 145. That's one way to work it. If you're good at subtraction, this would be the way I would go with, because you're going to have to subtract twice. Now, in the classroom, a lot of things that were happening is we were trying to subtract this all at once, because we know with addition, we can just stack them all at one time and just subtract them. That doesn't work with subtraction, and the reason it doesn't work is because you have to regroup and borrow, so your number is constantly changing. So you can't do all 3 of these numbers at the same time. You have to break them apart. You can do 86 first. Make sure that is not staying a 10. And also you have to mark out this 100. I had some the other day that left the 3. You can't get 10 if you don't borrow from your 100. 10 take away 6 is 4. 9 take away 8 is 1. 2 bring down. Then what I need to do is take the new total and subtract my 145, but you have to do them separately. You cannot work them together. Hundreds, I'm going to need to regroup because my tens are not okay. My ones are not okay, so I need to regroup again. So we have 1, 10, and 14. 14 take away 5 is 9. 10 take away 4 is 6. And the ones cancel out. So how many miles does he have left to drive? He has 69 miles left. And we'll label it miles. Now, there is a second way you could have worked this. You could have put the two amounts that they drove, you could have put those together. You could have done addition here and got a combined total that he has drove and then subtracted it from 300. But that's a perfect way to work it if you are better at addition than you are subtraction. Put your two amounts together and then do one subtraction problem. I'm going to leave mine like this because that's how we worked it, and it is a subtraction test. Okay. Number 5, how many pounds of dough are missing? Let's see. He purchased some. They only had that many in stock. So how many are missing? We want to know what's left. Again, I'm not going to work this one, but you would just do your equation as a simple subtraction problem and get your answer. Number 6, Janice went scuba diving in 3 spots and saw a total of 210 turtles. In the first spot, she saw 64 turtles and then saw this, okay, look right there, and then saw the same number in the second spot. So what is that number? If I saw the same number, what would that number be? 64. So what I would do is I would write 64 again there to help me remember there are 2 of them. How many turtles did she see in the third spot? Okay, so we have again a total. The first spot was 64. The second spot was the same. And then we want to find the third spot. So we have to get rid of the first spot and the second spot in order to find the third spot. Now, since these are exactly the same, you might want to work it the way I showed you a while ago. You might want to add these 2 together. Those are pretty easy numbers to add. So if we're going to do addition first, we're going to change it. I'm going to put it in parentheses because I want you to add first. And 64 and 64, pretty easy to add together. 128. And then I will take that total and subtract it. And I'm going to let you do that subtraction on your own. And then your label word, how many turtles? So it would be turtles. So hopefully this helps you out on that first sheet. I'll do another video for the next page, so be sure to watch that one.